今天不一定播得动啊，今天如果播不动我就睡觉去了，把礼物挂给你们。D 组啊 ，D 组有声音啊，怎么会没声音呢？多刷2下就好了，多刷2下就好了啊！鸡哥下轮打哈斯 team 啊，46开吧，也不会差得太远啊。哈斯 team 现在也不是那么强，当然鸡哥也没你们想的那么强，可能46开，鸡哥稍微弱一点。
West Coast, East Coast, the rivalry. They gotta have different storm names.
Oh my God! I actually wasn't ready, but that's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. Why? It's a typhoon if it's in the Pacific.
我累不累？我累的一批，好吗？今天。我昨天我们结束是3点钟，3点钟左右。3点钟，然后我跟911回到酒店4点钟。睡着大概是在5点多才睡着，然后8点钟就醒了，然后就睡不着了。醒了嘛，睡不着就顺便把这个李少的比赛看了。现在我先播吧，播不动我就睡觉去了。多播点比赛少，这个播比赛和放广告不是我们控制的，我们就接入一路流，我们没办法控制这个播比赛和看广告什么的。当然第一天海选赛，比赛安排的不是很紧凑，很正常的。就很正常啊，这个叫做什么呢？就是你很多时候就是中间你去找比赛找不到，第二天就好了，就今天晚上就好。今天晚上11点钟差不多就开始了，今天晚上应该是11点钟左右开始。我看看他给我的通知，等我一下啊，我拿下手机看一下，好像10点40还是11点钟开。
미를 좀 거둬야 되잖아요. 네. 좀 이번에는 좀 쉽게 갔으면 좋겠고 저는 저그를 좀 추천해주고 싶네요.
누구? 신이바? 신이바?
네 저도 괜찮은데 만약에 뽑게 되면 윤수가 좀 연습을 도와줄 건지.
윤수가? 네. 갑자기요? 갑자기 연습을 도와줄 건지 뽑게 되면은?
왜냐면 저그가 많이 없어가지고. 저는 해설자인데요. 예. 원래 토스도 괜찮은 것 같아서. 네. 동준이도 생각을 했는데 되게 싫어하더라고요. 솔직히 네, 신이버 선수 추천해드리고 싶어요.
완전 왜요? 왜? 신이버 왜?
아니 푸푸전 나 형 이길 수 있는데? 네.
그러면
等我看一下啊，暴雪 TV。
아니 그냥 좀 대우해주는 거죠.
대우하는 거예요?
今天晚上是11点20开，今天晚上。今天晚上11点20开。 李平南没有被淘汰，李平南。今天晚上11点20开，我改一下。11点20开 WCS。 鸡哥，你们基本上就不要抱希望了，鸡哥能走一步是一步。 鸡哥的实力出不了什么成绩，李少呢状态也很差，感觉他打得很急，心理包袱可能有点重。李少运气好，可能能进16强，但16进8的比赛他多半打不过，他状态很差。他很急，所以他的4GD开得特别快。 4GD开得太早了，然后导致他经常守不住。哎，等我一下吧， 我去洗把脸啊。
쉬는 시간에도 계속 저한테 와가지고 뽑아달라 하더라고요. 근데 안 들었어요.
안 들었어요?
네. 그냥 무시하려고요.
그냥 무시하려고요?
네.
그러면 신영 선수, 김도우 선수 이야기는 잘 된 거예요?
아 완벽해요.
완벽해.
네.
알겠습니다. 마음이 결정 끝났습니다. 누군가요? 누굴 데리고 오나요? 신이범?
이미 정했으면 프로토스.
네, 누군가 백동준이네요.
이게 너무 마음이 일치하는데요.
네.
결과?
그 오윤 선수 거의 픽률 100%예요.
뭐 이거는 예상했던 일이고 이제 뒤에 남는 사람이 중요할 것 같아요. 개인적으로는 그래도 준호 형이 왔으면 좋겠어요 오히려. 네.
자, 최종 선택 김대현 선수 어떤 선수를 고를 것인가? 이병렬이에요.
네.
그룹 C에는 이병렬 선수가 가게 됐고 그룹 D에는 주성우 선수 원하던.
네, 마지막까지
好了，来了。
상상도 못했는데.
今天我播不动就睡觉了啊，跟你们说一声。
신기하고.
네.
좀 대협이한테 저그전이나 뭐 그런 것 좀 많이 공유해야 될 것 같아요.
네, 알겠습니다. 자, 이렇게 해서 최종 개진표가 완성됐습니다. 와, 진짜 시그룹 죽음의 조 완성됐거든요.
森哥不来，森哥在上海，他酒店里面没办法播。主要看看比赛精彩不精彩，不精彩就睡觉去。
All right. 3 Protosses in a Zerg. I'm curious to see how RagnaroK's going to perform today. I mean, it has to be pointed out that he has one matchup he had to practice for.
That is true. That is true. Who do you think?
3个神族今天。
I just say classic 100%, and then I don't know who.
Okay, so it's actually going to be RagnaroK and Zest.
You were saying this before the show. You're so crazy, Artosis.
Why am I crazy?
You're so crazy.
You don't think it's going to be Zest?
第一场啊，第一场是 RagnaroK 要对阵的是 Classic， 然后第二场是亲本对 Zest。
Okay, so listen.
Yeah.
The pro gamers chose him last in the group stage.
Yeah.
You think that means nothing?
I am not as concerned about
Okay,
that
listen.
part
I
of the.
强烈要求比赛声音。哎呀，这种东西，你开了比赛声音就听不到我的声音了。
RagnaroK might get out, Zest might get out too. I find it just so hard to call. And Deer is so.
今天就不放广告给你们看了，你们昨天看了一晚上广告，
He's almost consistently inconsistent.
Yes, he's always all over the place.
对吧？你们看了一晚上广告，今天就不放了
And。so I just sort of, I'm not sure what to expect. I guess we're going to have to see how Deer's games go. But
Oh no, Steven Seagal broke his neck. Oh, never mind.
RagnaroK 也是
like a puppet that had his strings.
赢了狗哥出来的，
Yeah, he's looking
2胜狗哥出来。
very docile right now.
Okay, so let me say this, right?
Yes.
Classic can't go to BlizzCon. He had a great first part of this year, and he was killing it and looking like the strongest. I feel personally like he's falling off a little bit. I think it's hard to keep up your motivation at this point because what is he actually playing for, right? Like
主要看第一场比赛，如果第一场他就猥琐大后期，我就把流挂在你这里，然后2个小时之后我回来关电脑。他如果是第一场就大后期啊，应该要打3个小时吧，3个小时我就回来关电脑。
Let's go.
看他憋不憋后期。
We're getting there, tasteless.
Oh yeah, we're almost to 4,000.
来看一下春点位啊，这边蓝色的神族选手就 Classic 春在了右下角4点钟的位置。
As you know, when we get to 4,000, the world ends. So,
by the Mayan calendar.
yes, we're going by the Mayan calendar
So
here.
we're not entirely sure.
什么网友的钱都白花了？
Mayans, of course,
什么东西啊？
huge fans of the GS now.
网友们的钱都白花了，比赛声音都没有，钱都白花了。你他妈的看这个，你花了什么钱吗？我靠！那狗逼你妈1级小号，连个牌子都没挂，
It does, yes.
Especially when it's based off,
还敢来带你妈节奏，我靠！
Yes.
那狗逼！
When you were really young, did you have
你有本事刷超火骂我呀！
was there a
狗
scare in
逼
your
1级小号，
family or neighborhood?
no, I remember my mom filled up a bunch of old milk jugs with water and put them out
是不是？
our door.
你要骂你刷超火呀，你骂呀。
Yeah, but I mean, it takes like 3 seconds to do, right? It's like just it's like old jugs, and she's like, well.
刚才是那个翻译的声音，我下了个那个什么翻译的一个插件，它画上去就可以帮你翻译，还可以用语音帮你翻译出来。哎，有点说不动啊，今天。
Kanye would cheer for Ragnarok. I don't know why, but all right.
Classic 可能会打中期一波，他非常喜欢中期一波。
No, I do think Ragnarok is gonna come out of here and surprise everyone. He's one of the guys that really is playing so much better lately.
Yeah.
He's kind of filled out his later game. He was a very aggressive Zerg for many years. Fell off the radar for a little bit. He's come back with some good defensive plays, some good macro plays overall. His kind of everything about him is looking a lot better now. So I'm feeling it, man.
我先看一盘，你们让我关电脑，我先看一看这个打的精彩不精彩。精彩的话就可以继续看，如果是猥琐大后期，我就那个挂电脑挂给你们看。好了，提速房子开啊！感谢邱老，现在我 GRE 上不了320的一个飞机。 我今天就要瞧一瞧，看看这个RagnaroK有没有练出来。现在都是提速房子开，就太好侦查了。进来看你 VS， 啥都懂了。我也不需要狗数，要什么狗数？家里面6条狗，随便你骚。
And I feel like, you don't really regret getting the Overlord speed, I feel. But, making
2个使徒，那再补点狗呀。
I feel like this is the last thing
2个使徒来。2个使徒直接先知。再补2条狗，好，很稳。家里面下一个防空。
Okay, and so now, everything's pretty passive to start things off, Artosis.
Yeah, well, that's what you're gonna get with a.
不，你们说我熬了个通宵倒没有，5点多睡的。熬了通宵，我不可能在这里跟你们解说的呀。我早睡觉去了。
Yeah, we'll see if Classic goes for the 3 Oracle play.
Pretty popular lately.
Certainly it has been.
He's already getting his second Oracle now.
貌似只播了2个小时，毛鸡巴！我们昨天播了。 昨天播到3点钟，差不多吧，2、3个小时吧。但你睡的还是很晚，你5点多才睡着，7、8点钟就醒了。VS 也没打到东西，这开局对 Classic 不是很有利啊。
was very popular for a long time, but since we've seen, and it hasn't been that long, but since we saw the nerf to pickup range on the Prism, we haven't seen any Archon drops. And I wonder if that's going to continue to be the case. It's just so hard to not lose your Prism to the Queens at this point and still save the Archon, so... That was the one thing I was really afraid of.
3点跑路，5点钟才睡着。你妈你倒下去就睡着了。我们现在这个年纪，你倒到床上，你要等1个多小时才睡得着，哪那么容易睡得着嘛？ 小狗压也压不到。Classic 先稳健把3矿开始。
Excuse me. Yeah, I'm a little bit of coffee today. I don't know. Okay, so we go. The 3 oracles are coming in now.
解说倒时差，你妈的，你们这些天天就……哎，我们白天还要给你播，哪天不直播？然后我们怎么倒时差？你告诉我怎么倒时差？你妈的，就你们嘴巴在说，你妈解说倒时差。我们怎么倒时差？你就说。 老子他妈8点钟还播了7点多还播到9点多才走的，怎么倒时差嘛？
Shout out to the city of Oakland, like.
Yeah. Anyways, I kind of hope that we get to see this.
蟑螂狗赌爆啊！这个 RagnaroK 还是一个很正面的重组啊，打正面。
It's been some cool plays. Third Nexus is going to be finishing up here for Classic. Everything looking very standard on his side. But yeah, I really like that kind of tech route right now. I feel like Hydras have gone out of the meta slightly. It looks like he wants to do a Baneling drop. That pairs pretty darn well with the quick overload.
空投小
Yeah,
狗
makes sense. So it looks like he's going to have one of those coming up here from the north. And
双线
we have
投狗
5
啊，
gateways
双线投
coming
个
down
投
now.
毒爆应该是
Yeah, just kind of powering
打的还挺阳
Yeah,
光
and
的。
this is so far, I mean, a pretty
谈
conservative
谈
play
time
here.
了，
It's
不要
really
谈
the
time 了，
Zergs
谈不
coming
动
here
了
with the first
，time
pass
状态
for
很
real
差。
swipe. I mean, the Oracle
我觉得他心理压力
still
可能会很大。
minimal amount of drones, and the game continues on, but he's going to basically try to draw the Protoss' screen away from where the expansion.
正面 A 背面投毒爆，
what we're seeing right now.
看反应啊，正面在晃，估计反应不过来。
Yeah.
哎，好像反应过来了。
Start to drop, but
我靠，反应那么快
pull！back right there. Phoenix comes up.
3线哎，下面还有一线，
Maybe in the wrong location.
投下来，哎呦，还是下来了。
Oh, hey.
Wow. Wow, actually.
下面又
Yeah,
来，
that was totally fine. And now the
能不能
other
反应
one's
过来？
in here.
Yeah.
Well,
可以。
picks him back up. I love it. I
I
love
know.
it. Utilize that full health.
Ragnarok, yeah, his Ragnarok.
这 Classic 防守是有点高，
He tries to drop them out to roll them down, but they can't get
虫族亏了啊，
enough to not
Yeah.
detonate on top of the stalker.
虫族亏了，可是这个直接顶
As
了。
successful as he was looking previously. That had potential to do a lot more, but I think it was totally fine where it ended up. And it kind of puts the fear of that into you for the rest of the game. You know, Classic is going to have to be looking very carefully at his minimap for those drops. So Aspire is coming up, Baneling speed on the way. Already has some rapid.
看正面能不能打进去。
Loving the play here from RagnaroK, but Classic is, I mean,
哎，我有点
it's
解说不动
a
了。
scary army right now.
Yeah,
You have a lot of Archons that deals with this well.
Yeah, especially.
就你们随便看看吧，我靠。
We want to watch and see if the Ravagers can peg the
现在视频也不录了，
as it's going to be used to try to reinforce.
你们随便看看啊，有点说不动了。
Classic's being pretty careful. He's going to stun. Oh, I'm sorry. He's not going to get the stun off on the workers. Let's see if he gets this one. Okay, not bad. And now the push has started over here, right at the Zerg's 4th base.
Seems like the Archons are in a funny location. I feel like
Yeah, they're fighting a building.
The wrong army is attacking the wrong thing here.
死了，守不住了，一波打死。
Force fields down. His army composition overall is very, very strong right now.
一波打死了，守不住了。
So very strong move from Classic.
你们听英文解说吧，听英文解说吧，我有点说不动了。
And now he's going to try to push up into the 3rd here. And we have a lot of Banelings making. It looks like he could actually get his Archon close enough to try to hit those. The Banelings connected with the Archons is not an ideal trade here.
Yeah. Looks like, I mean, he's
打死了这波。
bashing through at the moment. Not quite.
这波打死了，那个 Classic 这个太猛了，这个反扑。
More and more zealots coming out. It seems like this is pretty much the end.
Yeah, I think Classic basically wins with a timing push. Everything went according to plan here.
Yeah, very solid. Very, very
我把声音给你们调大啊，把声音给你们调大，你们看吧。
Takes game 1.
我大概
Alright,
3
so
个
RagnaroK's still just warming up for today.
我大概3个小时左右回来把这个就打完了，我回来把视频关掉，你们自己看吧。
Like that, just straight up. Straight up. Classic attacks you with a macro build and you die.
Yeah.
And then Classic's like, all right, let's just finish this one off.
I want to go to a movie later.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to go into game 2. It's going to be on Thunderbird here. RagnaroK, I mean, he just did not, he was, I guess, too greedy. He did not have the correct army. He was not in the right position to try to take that fight on. I mean, Classic won at the 4th base and decided to continue to push, got through the 3rd, and smashed RagnaroK. We'll see if RagnaroK tries a different technique or opening here in game 2. But for now, Classic looking very solid, I think, as we can all expect, except for Artosis. Probably going to move out of this group. And that game is loading up now. So RagnaroK vs. Classic, game 2.
Talking a lot of trash today, White Bread.
What, you called me white bread?
Yeah,
What
man.
does that even mean?
Classic.
You with your safe little predictions, you're like, I think the #1 ranked WCS Korea player is going to advance.
In fairness,
Thanks,
that is how I predict. I'm like, well, I don't know. I think that guy's the best player. He should win.
Chivo, RagnaroK.
Maybe I'd be
a better caster for some of these battle royale games where you can just predict whatever the hell you want because no one knows who's
yeah,
gonna win.
if you get it wrong, you're like, well, I don't know, man. There's like 14 teams in the game. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
We can have as many tournaments as we want for this. We're still not going to be sure who's actually best, okay?
So, I guess we just chill.
So here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah.
PVZ.
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 Yeah. So how are you going to celebrate this Pacific hurricane that we're going to be having today?
Well,
Are you
it's
gonna go
only
out and dance in the rain. Go on your roof and get hit by lightning.
Yes. It's only for today, right? The typhoon's gone tomorrow, right?
Well, I don't know.
Make Firstborn great again. From Austria. I had to be careful because sometimes
you
can think it's Australia.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. I mean, usually when weather's like this, I just feel like it's the best time to just stay inside and play video games. And
that's,
you know,
yeah, I always feel like that. But if it's sunny out, sometimes I feel guilt as well, which I don't like.
No. That's why I love it when it's rainy or really cold out, where I'm like, no, it's kind of cozy to stay inside.
Yeah.
Shout outs to moms.
Hey, excellent.
Yeah, I do like it when it's like just rainy out and thundery and I'm inside.
Yeah.
Got some good food and I'm watching a good movie or playing a good game. You know, or on my Ouija board, you know, and just whatever, you know.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
As the thunder strikes, you get to uncover what's happening.
Yeah.
Have you ever used a Ouija board?
No. I would, though. I mean,
we should get one.
We should get one. I heard they work.
Oh, they definitely work.
Haven't
you ever seen a video of them?
No, I haven't.
I've never seen a video of someone using a Ouija board.
Well, I've seen it in movies where there's a bunch of teenagers in a cabin.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Are you moving it there? Oh,
I'm not moving it.
Oh, I'm not moving it.
Yeah, and they aren't either.
Yeah, it's ghosts.
Kind of. Not exactly ghosts, but like kind of ghosts.
Kind of ghosts or spirits, forces.
I feel like we should just get a Ouija board. We can decide who's going to win each match with our Ouija board on our table.
We could use a Ouija board to be about as good as our predictions have been in GSL anyways, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually get kind of excited when there's like a really big like storm that comes in, or like I know it's going to snow and all the traffic's going to be shut down. I always find that fun.
Yeah, there is something about it.
Did
I've always had that feeling where I've liked rainy days and stuff because it's just kind of like, I'm supposed to do what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I'm justified in playing games now because I can't go out there.
Yeah, and it's very cozy, like water hitting your window or something like that.
Yeah. I do love it. Or did you ever like snow days? Did you get enough snow in New Hampshire that you got snowed in, right?
No, we got snow days.
That's
for
the
sure.
best.
Those are the best. And like a snow day in New Hampshire is like an actual snow day. I don't know what it is in Kansas, Tasteless, but like it means that you can go sledding and build snowmen because there's so much snow.
Well, I would like to, in defense of the state of Kansas, I would like to point out a snow day in Kansas is where you can't get back into your farm and find it because it's so snowy and you die outside.
Really?
Yeah. The snow in Kansas is it piles up. Yeah.
And everything's flat, right? So
everything's flat.
It's got nowhere to go. Like the snow can't just all be on the mountain or something.
Yeah, it's just
There's no mountain.
Yeah, we don't have any mountains. None, not one. So we have Oracles coming out here again. It is also once more a Robo.
Yeah, looks like they're the same builds.
I think Classic is just going to cookie cutter his that last build into this one, and maybe he'll have the same result. I don't know. I might be wrong on this, but I'm under the impression Classic feels like he's 1,000 times better than RagnaroK, and RagnaroK is just another stepping stone in his path towards moving forward in this tournament.
He chose RagnaroK, so
yeah,
he must think something like that.
And you know, with the GSL group selections, it's kind of like if you're going to mug somebody. You know what I mean? Like if you're going to mug somebody, you're going to pick someone you think you can mug.
Oh! Oh, get wrecked.
Mug
yeah, if you're going to mug someone, you do pick someone you think you can mug.
Unless you're like some GSL who's like, I want to mug the strongest person in the world. I'm like, well, I just want to steal your wallet. So, yeah, but it is a bit of a mugging. That's why there's some drama in the group selection. It's like, who's picking who? Oh, you think you can clearly beat this guy?
Yeah.
You know?
And then you talk trash and you don't pick up Juan?
Yeah.
What's that all about?
Yeah, what's that all about?
RagnaroK.
And so I feel like, again, this is the mugging then. This is Classic saying, I can take this guy's wallet. I actually don't even have to pull out a gun. I can shout loudly You know?
That's how I
Give me your wallet. Flies out.
Well, for a lot of us, like when I mug someone, I definitely just kind of shout at them to get their wallet, because then if I go to court, it's like I didn't have a weapon. Right?
I have a Snickers bar under my shirt that I use.
Well, I think that counts as a weapon.
Yeah. Well, they think it's a weapon.
Well, even if you use your voice, you're tasteless, so your voice is actually considered a lethal weapon.
Did you guys know Artosis said that if I was one of the X-Men, I would be Banshee? And for those of you who don't know the X-Men, well, Banshee's a guy
He's
whose
the dumbest X-Man just about.
His voice just makes sonic booms.
And he flies by screaming at the ground.
Screaming into the ground. That's me.
Flies by screaming
funny.
at the ground.
I'll be back, Artosis. I jump up and be like, oh, GG! Flying through the air.
If I was the X-Man Banshee, I would retreat from Protoss so quick from screaming at them at my monitor all the time. My wheeled chair would fly out into the kitchen. My wife would be like, I see. Yeah, I know what's happening. Oh, we got Mutalisks in this game.
Yeah, different play here from RagnaroK.
A double Robo from RagnaroK, so definitely not what you want against Mutas, as Robo units do not shoot up.
Okay, the Mutas are actually making a beeline right over here to the third base. There's only one cannon here, so we have 6 Stalkers now going to warp in. He's going to have to stay out of range of the Archons.
Yeah, seriously.
Because if you... Mutas are never intended to directly fight Archons.
No, it's the most one-sided thing you can possibly come up with. But look, he's gotten... Well, we'll see how much he ends up getting here. There are quite a few Stalkers that have been warped in, and this is generally something that can help out the Zerg player. It's like an old trick to go Baneling speed along with Mutas, because if you force Stalkers, they can't really fight against like Ling Bane type armies too well. Their DPS isn't that good. It works out well for Zerg. So I like that that Baneling Nest is on the way.
Okay, Muta's coming back in here. This is going to keep Protoss pinned inside of his base for a while, but you know these Mutas they're not going to be as helpful if this game goes on for a while. So it's very important that RagnaroK does as much damage as possible over here with these Mutas.
I gotta say, I like how
he's just still. No, he's actually not stopping. I stand corrected. I'm used to the Zerg players to kind of make a couple to try to trick you, but this is like air attack being upgraded. Mutas are not.
Yeah.
He's not hesitating,
and he's doing a very good job. Like he realizes he has enough Mutas that like 3 Phoenixes, for instance, that we have right now.
Yeah.
It just doesn't really matter. You need to make a lot of Phoenixes to actually fight against this if you don't have Phoenix range, and if you do have Phoenix range, that's a lot of micro anyways. So.
It's also important what the Zerg's going to do behind this, because the Protoss can't leave his base. So as RagnaroK's flying on the map, he is. We actually see that. Yeah, very nicely done. Takes that out.
Look at this. He's actually killing off a bunch of these units. Gets one of those Phoenixes as well. The Archons actually stuck outside. They don't fit through that hole in the real wall that goes towards the natural. So that is kind of a big deal. Some Hydras being added in right now. The Infestation Pit as well. I love this Mutalisk play, Tasteless.
Yeah, it's very cool to see. And now that we see the Zerg is going to be switching into Hydra play here. And that's actually a great move. What he's doing is he's forced out Phoenixes, but Phoenixes are also not great against Hydras. So you're basically controlling what the Protoss's unit composition is. And as the game carries on, RagnaroK's hopes is that he'll basically have a proper counter when it's finally a possibility for Classic to push out. Really nice job on powering that again, by the way.
The micro of RagnaroK against these Phoenixes is very good too. It's all about turning position very quickly to get your shots off. And he's done a good job with that. The Phoenixes look like they want to chase a little bit, but he's staying out of the Archon range and then turning around for his hits. It looks like he's going to bring him back now into his Hydras. But yeah, this has been very well teched by RagnaroK. I do love the Observer that we saw there from Classico. That is little moves like that make such a difference, knowing what's rallying out of that main hatchery. So we're not at that level yet where if you know an Observer's there, you make like certain units out of your main and then different units out everywhere else. We're not.
No,
maybe one day.
That'll be, I think, 9 more years from now.
That'll be on the 18th anniversary of GSL.
Yes, where things are way too advanced.
Yeah. At that point, I'm like, oh, I don't even like this anymore. It's too hard.
Okay, the Mutas come in here, takes out one of those Templars. The Phoenixes are going to go ahead and chase these Mutas down.
Okay, so, wow, that is a hell of a lot of Banelings there.
Okay, I have to say, though, the Banes are not exactly connecting with some of the right targets here, so they're all going to end up hitting these Immortals.
Yeah,
and this is going to allow the Hydras to just roll Classic, and this means we should actually, unless I'm mistaken, I don't think Protoss can survive this.
No way.
There's no way. Wow, RagnaroK with a much better game this time around. I love the view to play, controlling him, and then the follow-up with Hydra Bane was a very easy finisher.
It's a good type of strategy for this map as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's done so much damage at this point. Classic, very, very clearly dead. Kind of the opposite of the previous game.
Right, GG, RagnaroK ties it up 1-1.
Yeah, I told you, you needed a warm-up. That first game,
you were right.
That first game was just, they didn't want to give him enough practice time. And here he is. He just ready to advance out of this group tasteless.
Well, Classic basically played the same as he did in game 1.
Yeah, it was pretty
He was attempting to mug him again. But I think RagnaroK really showing that he can actually mix it up. He can change his play style, and he did a very nice job of it. So I think we're going to have to see much better play coming out here from Classic.
This next map, Triton, I don't think is as good for the Mutalisk type play. I think Thunderbird is really fantastic because you have 1 point to defend, and it's very long to walk.
Right.
And just the layout of the 3 bases, you can kind of jump from base to base, and the opponent's army has to walk longer to get there. So, yeah, I don't think Triton we can see the exact same strat out of RagnaroK here, but I don't know. Let's see. I haven't seen too much of this map as of yet.
Yeah, it's still a new map. That game's loaded up. So game 3, Classic versus RagnaroK.
Makers Classic. Chivo RagnaroK.
All right. Very excited to see what they're going to go for this game. One thing to mention is that RagnaroK skipped Overlord speed last game, and Classic did the same thing. So that paid off for RagnaroK. Yeah. Again, you don't really need Overlord speed against Stargate openers. It's more against Robo or Twilight openers that you really want it. So definitely a bit of a difference there. Now, how do you interpret that as Classic? Do you think that maybe he's not going to do that again, so you're safe doing something more aggressive? Or do you want to just kind of count for that and do that thing you were talking about where you think you're a much better player and just go Stargate anyways?
I don't know. I mean, let's see what happens. RagnaroK, again, this guy a lot of times overshadowed by these other really great Zerg players.
Yeah, he is. For sure. Well, he's not. He hasn't done enough to not be overshadowed, you know?
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. I mean, he's a good player, but he's definitely kind of like, you know, Keen or these other players where they're always in the background, and we're sort of waiting to see if they're going to come out here with better play or better games.
Mm-hmm. I feel like he is a little bit like Impact, not exactly, but he's kind of filled in the later parts of his game quite well at this point. But yeah, like, you know, Impact was knocking on the door as 4th or 5th best Zerg in Korea for a little bit. I feel like, you know, it's hard to put RagnaroK in an exact spot because I feel like, again, he's going through this kind of transformation right now, becoming a very strong player. Anyways, it's a Robo opening. That's cool. And notice that he went Robo before Warp Gate, and he's making an Adept. So both of those things are to trick this Overlord that is floating at the natural. Yeah. This screams Stargate, what we're seeing.
It's very well masked.
Yeah, and the Overlord's just sitting there. So he is making a Stalker next, and the Stalker is going to be where RagnaroK starts to think like, oh, this could be any number of things. And sometimes you get the Stalker to try to trick people that you're not going Stargate or something. All right, Twilight coming up. This should not be a DT-based Archon drop, though. This is either going to be Charge or Glaives.
Yeah, we're about to find out here. So the Robo's done. We're waiting for the Twilight Council to finish up here. But Classic, this is definitely a response to Game 1 and 2. Classic played very straight up.
Yes.
Very, like, I don't know. This is the build I ladder with against Zergs, and I want to play a long game, you know.
Yeah.
But this time around, he's going for very deceptive play. So the War Prism's coming out right away, and this is very quick Zealot Leg. So we're about to see a lot of gates get thrown down here.
This is the crazy all-in where you don't even have gas. Like,
yeah, this is where you're trying to surprise the Zerg so fast that they literally only have seconds to react.
Dude, if you don't have a Baneling Nest at minimum, but hopefully a Roach Warren, you are just dead. Okay, so he's throwing down that gas. That is just to throw him off with that Overlord to cancel that now.
Yeah.
And
now keep in mind, pro gamers are pretty good at sometimes detecting this. No, good call, Artosis. But the thing is, it was almost fishy. You know what I'm saying? The Stalker, the Warp Prism immediately popping out. He's desperately trying to gun down the Overlord.
And you could see the preparation as well, because he only made that one, which was in vision of the Overlord.
Right.
So, yeah, he's trying to waste as few minerals as possible.
Classic going to great lengths to hide this rush, which is exactly what he has to do. The question now is, does RagnaroK have the instinct? Can he sense this coming?
Ooh, he might. He might, because we're making just roaches. There's a spine on the way. Yeah, he's making a hell of a lot of roaches. So, yeah, on 41 workers, I would say I think he can definitely hold this. Like, you know, sometimes things go wrong against this build. It is very powerful, but I think he's going to have enough. Oh, my God, just barely missing it. But catches that Stalker. Yeah, no, I think you can get some damage done with Classic, but RagnaroK, look at this SimCity, look at those queens in the front. Good stuff.
Yeah, everything is basically where it needs to be. The Warp Prism already in yellow health now. Another big Warpin comes in, transfuses perfectly timed out here.
Beautiful.
And like RagnaroK is, this is as well as it could go for him. Now again, the rush is still scary, but Lings are coming in here from behind. Again, the Warp Prism now in the orange for HP. Oh, he doesn't really have anywhere convenient to go. And we now got to see if Classic's going to try to revert this back into a macro game, you know, take his gases and tech up, because right now the production tab is showing nothing.
Yeah,
for Protoss.
He's not mining gas. Sometimes when this starts to fail, you'll see the Protoss back up into a bunch of gas, some sentries, maybe an Immortal or two, and try this again.
I like how he's making 2 more gases, but he's still not mining from his other 2 gases.
Yeah, he's added like a probe. He's still making Zealots. He's trying to throw him off, but like RagnaroK's getting all the info.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, he was trying to fake him out there. But
SOS, whether he's watching this right now or not, is getting a migraine on the level of these tricks.
Yeah.
SOS is like, it's not subtle enough! Ah!
I mean, I feel as though we're at the point where RagnaroK should have held this. I mean, once you stop the initial part of the attack, all you have to do, if the Protoss is still intending to try to win the game with this, is to just keep making stuff and have good defense, and that is it. That should be the killing blow. The Zealots will try to come in here, and they do need to be respected by the Zerg, but eventually, you know, the Roaches will win the fight, and Classic's tech will be obsolete.
Yep.
GG.
All right.
Well, Artosis, well played, my friend.
Yeah. No, I'm always right.
My clairvoyant friend.
Yeah, don't forget that Solar beat Maru as well in the first match of the day, right? So, yeah, no, this is, like, I mean, Classic is very good, but you can see RagnaroK is improving. He's hungry to do well at StarCraft 2. He doesn't have those big accolades, and a player like that definitely puts in that effort. I mean, I think it's exciting watching this guy rise right now. Right?
I love having new players come up.
2 and 3 those were well played.
It's why it's exciting to have Keith in the round of 8 as well.
Yeah.
We're going to go to a short break. When we come back, PvP, Deer versus Zest. After this short break, don't go away.